Welcome to Current Chatter, the place where we dive into the latest news and happenings going on around the world. Join mother and son duo Kota and Losa as they engage in lively debates over current affairs and anything else that sparks a discussion. With diverse perspectives and a bit of fun, you never know what topics will come up next. Tune in every Friday afternoon for your weekly dose of Current Chatter.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Current Chatter. As always, I'm here with Mama. Mama, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent today. How are you today, Dakota?
I'm doing all right. I had the scariest weekend. Did I tell you about that? Oh, I did tell you about it because I called you in a panic.
Yes.
And I'm sure you never want one of your children to call you just sobbing, right?
No, it terrifies me. The worst part was I was at work, so I was like trying to work and do it at the same time.
I know. That was really unfair of me.
No, it was totally understandable, but go ahead and tell the people your horrible story.
So Tristan works on Saturday, so Rin and I get Saturday mornings together, and we have kind of made this like little ritual for ourselves where they usually get up before me, do their like morning routine, and then they'll wake me up and say, "Hey, I'm going to make you coffee. Let's take the cats out." And we've done this for a while now, and the cats have always done really fine outside. They're always supervised. These are our Sphinx, our naked cats. You can't really just leave a naked cat outside. They can get sunburned. And the chemicals they put in sunscreen, you can't put on a cat because they'll lick it off of them and it'll make them really sick.
Right.
So you have to watch them really, really closely. And I happen to look over at Enzo, and he's doing fine, just doing his thing. And then I'm looking at Rin, and I hear him make this noise that I've never heard before, but it was like a painful noise. And I look over, and he's running across the yard, limping on one arm and licking the shit out of his hand. So I go to look at him, and he won't let me touch him. And Enzo usually kind of just like lets me do whatever to him. He doesn't care as long as Dad's hanging out with him. And I knew instantly something was wrong, and I think he had gotten stung by a bee. So we like took all the cats inside, and we are watching him real closely, and he goes downstairs for a little while, and I go to check on him, and he's just laying on the bed, and I think he's finally like kind of calming down. Like, I'm not quite sure what bit him, but something got him. And then he comes upstairs, and his paw is like twice the size that it normally is. And he's trying to walk on it, but he's not doing a very good job.
Oh,
and so I'm telling Rin, I'm telling Rin about it, and I'm having them come look at it. And as soon as Rin gets up to go look at it, he starts vomiting all over the place, just like uncontrolled vomiting. And I'm watching hives like just swell up on him. And at that point, I absolutely lose my shit. Like, I am bawling in tears, running around the house, trying to find the cat carrier, get Rin to get ready to go. Like, we are taking him to the emergency room. And Rin and I, without even talking about it, I instinctively knew that if I was sitting in the back of the car with him, watching him get worse and worse, I wasn't going to be able to handle it. So I drove with, like, sobbing, like, just big old crocodile tears, because there was nothing else that I could do. And Rin is calling all over the place trying to figure out where we're going to take him. And I'm trying to call Dad, and I'm trying to call Mom. I called Dad first because I knew calling you was probably a bad idea. Because, like, I love you, but stressful situations, you're not the parent I'm going to call.
Right. Nope, I get it.
Okay, as long as you get it. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, and I can't get a hold of Dad. I guess he was duck hunting. And
yes, he was.
We finally get him into the emergency room, and I like dropped him and Rin off at the front door and was trying to find parking because it's kind of like downtown Denver-ish. So you're just parking on the street, so there wasn't anywhere to park. And Rin takes him in, and I guess they had said, "Hey, my inconsolable partner is going to come in behind me. Can you just tell him what room we're in?" And I'm trying to, like, frantically find parking, and I'm coming into the, after finding parking, I'm coming in, and I just look at the lady at the front desk, and she just says, "Room 2, go." And I don't know what look I had on my face, but it was obviously something she knew. And keep in mind, I haven't seen Enzo since we put him in the carrier, and, like, I kept asking him if he was okay, and all while we were driving and whatnot, just trying to make sure my dude's okay. And they pull him out of the carrier, and Enzo's like usually has like a pink hue to him. He's a ginger cat. He's a orange cat, but he is extra pink and has bumps all over him. And the technician is like taking him out of the carrier, and I'm seeing him for the first time, and I am just sobbing my eyes out because he just looks horrific. And, like, the vet tech is trying to calm me down. Rin's trying to calm me down. And I'm like, it's okay. Just make sure he's good. Like, I didn't care what they were doing. Like, I didn't care about myself. That's my little buddy. Like, him and I are attached to the hip. Mm-hmm. And they take him back, and they go one way, and then all you hear is cats screaming. Just, like, crying and yelling. And I can't tell if it's Enzo or not. And Rin is just holding my hand. And I'm surprised they didn't break a couple of bones in their hand because I just was squeezing it so ferociously because I was so scared. And they ended up giving him some shots. They gave him a steroid shot and some Benadryl, and they wrapped him up in like a warm towel. And like the lady couldn't even get in the door before I was like grabbing onto Enzo and just holding him, just like sobbing into him, just like. And he was fine. He was good. The Benadryl obviously made him sleep a whole lot. But by the time we got home, the hives and the pinkness had already disappeared. The swelling had gone down, but like I did not do good in that situation.
No, you're not very good at during high stress as well.
Especially like my cats in general. Like, but there's just something about Enzo and I. He's like my soul cat. That's what people have always told me. And him and I just have this connection. You know what I mean? And we're just like we're two peas in a pod. So it just was like it was a scary weekend. I don't even remember, like, talking to you on the phone. I just know that I had called you and talked to you, but I was so freaked out. Like, yeah, it was just a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in when something you love so much gets hurt, especially with animals because animals can't talk. They can't tell you what's wrong. They just get sick. And I took Jack, our dog, to the vet yesterday, and he has a really, really, really bad ear infection.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to give him like drops in his ear once a day, and we need to clean his ears out. It's just
Does it smell like dead crickets.
Yeah, it smells bad.
It's disgusting, huh?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah. So that was my weekend scare.
Yeah, sounds horrible. Sorry you went through that.
Yeah, I don't want to ever do that again with any of the pets. You know what I mean? But that's the second time we've taken him to the emergency room.
Enzo?
We've never taken Lucy to the emergency room. When we first got him, we were switching his foods, and then he, like, stopped eating and got really dehydrated and, like, was really lethargic. So we took him to the emergency room to get fluids.
Wow.
It was, like, 3 or 4 days after we got him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he's better. Like, what did you have to do for him then?
We'd had to get him Benadryl and, like, antacids, like Pepto, for his tummy, because the Benadryl can make his tummy upset and make him puke. So, and he's, like, so small. He's only 3 pounds, you know? So I can't imagine, like, the kind of epinephrines or whatever the bee venom was doing to his little body. You know, I don't know how much venom he got into him, but it was, you know what I mean? Just a small animal like that, they can't do good. So, like, we're cutting up these Benadryls, and they're only 10 milligrams, and I'm only supposed to give him, like, 2.5 for his body size. So I'm sitting there, like, like a drug cartel trying to chop up these Benadryls into the right sizes.
So bad. Just in there with a knife, and you're like, give me a credit card.
I know, really, though. And then he caught on that I was giving him medicine, and because we have these dehydrated, like, tuna treats that smell to high heaven. Oh, my goodness, they smell so bad. But he loves them. He absolutely loves them. And I think one time the pill, like, just happened to touch his tongue, and he spit it out and then looked at me and was like, you motherfucker. And he won't eat these treats anymore. He will not touch them.
Really?
And yeah, for real. And before it was like he would, like, pull the bag off of the counter. And we get, like, the big Costco bag, so it's, like, 10 pounds. And he's dragging this bag all over the place trying to get into it. But he won't even fucking look at him now. He don't like, trust me for shit.
He done did me wrong.
Oh, so wrong.
But
he's good.
Funny.
He's good to go.
Well, speaking about hospitals and stuff, I read an article this week that came out about a 33-year-old UK truck driver who was hospitalized after eating 6.6 pounds of gummies in 3 days.
3 days?
He was hospitalized. Yeah, and 3 days. It took him 3 days to eat 6.5 pounds of Harborough.
Was it the sugar-free ones?
I don't know if they were sugar-free. Let me read the article. Hold on.
Have you ever had sugar-free gummy bears?
Don't they just make you poop your pants?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
It says here that Nathan Remington, a truck driver from Yorkshire, reportedly ordered 6.6 pounds a container of Harbor Cola jelly from Amazon after getting a craving for some gummy candies. He proceeded to consume it completely in 3 days, where he was then taken to the emergency room for severe abdominal pain, sweating, high blood pressure, and cold sweats, and got diverticulitis from eating that many gummies. So
what the heck what is diverticulitis?
It's an infection of the intestines.
My goodness.
Yeah, wouldn't that suck? That would suck.
I wonder what kind of shit he took at the end of that, though.
Apparently not a big enough one because it made him sick. If he had purged that from his system, he wouldn't have gotten sick.
It's almost like he ate like 3 pounds of cheese and cheese backed him up. But gummy bears?
Oh, could you imagine eating 3 pounds of cheese? Could you imagine? So 6.6 pounds of gummies. That makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it.
It's 2.5 Enzos. Enzo's 3 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's 2.5 Enzos.
Yep.
No.
Can you believe that?
I feel like it could take down like a 6.5 pound burrito. It would take me a couple of days, but I could do it.
Well, that's different, I think. Your body's going to break that down.
Absolutely. But he must have just been eating it by the handfuls. Do you think that the gummy bears have to put a warning now?
Well, of course. The ones in the UK where he's from, yeah.
That's so wild.
It is wild.
Okay, so there is this competition in a small town in Natchewich in Cheshire that turns the quiet art of coaxing worms from the earth into an extraordinary known sport. The competitors shake, stomp, and strum their way to glory. So they have a World Worm Charming Championships.
Shut up. What? Like, people...
And people are dressing up. Like, the first picture is this dude in a worm outfit playing a ukulele.
All right. Well, if you're going to be a worm, you should be playing an appropriate-sized instrument. So the terms are simple. Teams have 30 minutes to coax as many worms as possible from a 3x3 meter plot. Digging and the use of water are both strictly forbidden. According to co-founder Mike Foiser, instead worms must be charmed by vibrations, which he explains works because the worms thinks it's rainfall. The technique for this varies. There's traditional twigging, and it's where you take a garden fork and rhythmically pound it on the ground. Okay.
These people get into it. There's people dressed up. It looks like a great fucking time, but I would never think that worm charming would be as big of a hit as it is.
Would be fun.
No.
That's crazy. I've never even heard of that before. And it's probably like people are like, I gotta take the day off, boss. I gotta charm some worms. No, you're gonna need a doctor's note for that.
A film crew even came out in 2009 when a 9-year-old Sophie Smith set a worm charming world record for 567 worms in 30 minutes.
In 3 minutes?
The day after Michael Jackson died, actually. No, so they have 30 minutes to get as many worms as they can, and in those 30 minutes, she got 567 worms out of the ground.
That is insane.
Like, people are whispering into the ground.
I mean, what do you do with the worms once you've captured them all?
You let them go? I don't know. Or go fishing?
All right, if you say so.
It doesn't say what they do with the worms after. Hi, Lucille. Hi. What? What? You coming to say hi? I'm my naked girl.
All right, so there was a French influencer, Dakota, who was going around as a prank and pretending like he was poking people with a needle and injecting them with something. And believe it or not, that's against the law to even pretend to inject somebody with a fluid of any kind.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. So he's a French TikToker who pranked people on the streets of Paris by pretending to inject them with syringes, has been sentenced to 6 months in prison. So what he was doing, like, he was going up to people and then, like, slowly reaching over and pretending like he's injecting them. And he said, I never took the cap off the needle. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, you poke somebody and get their enough to get their attention, they're going to think you stabbed them with a real needle.
Yeah. I bet you people freaked out.
Like here in the States, that you're about to get shot for doing something like that.
You've been shot for less. I mean, we heard about teenagers playing ding dong ditch and they got shot.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Don't
did
pretend
like people fight him?
Yeah. People were mad. You should pull it up in on YouTube or Twitter. I wonder if they've taken it down because of it being so controversial. I wonder if they might have taken it down.
Oh shit. Yeah, he does it real slow like, and he's got a mask on.
He really thought he was funny, and now he got to spend 6 months in prison, which I think that it's got to fit the crime, and he didn't actually hurt anyone. He just was a menace, but still.
But you have to also think of, like, the placebo effect, because it doesn't look like he says anything to these people. He just stabs them with something, and then, doesn't say anything, is very quiet, and then runs away. And then, like, can you imagine what's going on through someone's head? Like, God forbid it's just drugs. What if it's full of HIV or AIDS? Like,
I know, right?
That is wild.
I would be really, really, really pissed.
Oh, fists would be flying.
Definitely.
Oh, here he is doing it to some lady's neck.
See? It's too much. It's too much. At what point is it too much that people think that this is okay to do to people? Like,
it's not.
What in the world has to go wrong in your life to make you think this is a good idea?
Here's a quote from him. It says, "I didn't think it could hurt people. That was my mistake. I didn't think about others. I thought about only myself."
Well, that's what he's saying now because he got caught and sentenced to 6 months in prison. But if you'd asked him probably that same day, he was like, it was the best prank ever, dude.
He kind of looks like a fuck off. So he went to jail for violence with a weapon that did not result in incapacity.
So they considered that needle a weapon.
Mm-hmm. Really, anything that's sharp and can poke the shit out of you is probably a weapon.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him on that one, Boo.
Yeah. Okay, so you and I, we used to watch a ton of Cops, right? That was one of our favorite shows to sit down and binge watch. That and Ghost Hunters. What is one of your favorite things that happen on Cops? Mine that always sticks out to me is anytime anybody said, "These aren't my pants."
Well, that's me too. It's like who like that, and it wasn't me. I just got this from my so and so, and you're like, really, dude?
Okay, well, there's these officers in Texas who joke about their horses being narcotic-smelling horses. So they can, like a drug-smelling dog, but their horses can do it.
Okay.
And it leads to a chase and an arrest.
They chased him with the horse?
Yeah. In Lubbock, Texas, police officers on horseback chased down a suspect who ran after taking a joke about a narcotic-smelling horse way too seriously. The officers on the department's mounted patrol unit were assisting with a routine patrol on Monday afternoon when they stopped a man for walking in the road rather than on the sidewalk. The officers who were on horseback believed the man was acting suspiciously and began to wonder whether he was in possession of illegal drugs. Body cam footage shows the officers asking the man whether they can check his pockets, to which he says no.
Of course.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke because it seemed like it was going to break some tension, you know. It seems like it was kind of stiff for a second, says one of the officers. The officer can be heard in the body cam footage telling the suspect that he has a narcotic-smelling horse. That's when the man started to just run.
That was when he started to run. Well, yeah.
They thought he was running as to, like, keep the joke going, and then he took it seriously, and the chase was on. The two officers quickly caught up with the man, because they're on horseback,
of course,
who was identified through police records as 42-year-old Joseph Remes. He was arrested and charged with 42 tried to outrun a horse.
If you have not learned some pivotal, like, points of life by 42, then you deserve to get arrested.
He was charged with evading arrest and tampering with physical evidence. A lot of people that have come before us on mounted patrol have been in a foot chase. Somebody is silly enough to eventually run from a horse. I don't know why it happens. We are going to outrun them. the officer says. Yeah, why would you try to outrun a horse?
Because you just did drugs and you're an idiot.
We are cops first. We enjoy this. Chasing bad guys is just part of the fun in it for us. So when you get to chase down a bad guy and not even get tired, it's a good day, says the officer.
I can't believe that. That's horse sniffing drugs. Oh, come on. This comes back down to the level of intelligence that animals have. We've decided that kangaroos have no level of intelligence and they will attack an MFer for no reason.
MFer.
I think horses may be in a little bit more on the friendly category than the kangaroos.
I would never even think to run away from a horse, unless the horse was like, it was a stampede, but like a cop on a horse,
Unless I was
wouldn't.
an idiot and did drugs and thought that was a good idea. Like I said, he has missed some pivotal key, key growth initiatives. If he's running from the cops at 42, he got a lot more problems than running from the cops at 42. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you ready for the craziest article I've ever had the opportunity to read in the year that we've been doing this? So a woman in China was suffering from back pain. So most people will take painkillers, maybe some ointments, see a doctor about it, maybe get something prescribed. But this woman decided that the best course of action was to swallow 5 live frogs. After hearing a rumor that swallowing live frogs could help relieve back pain, the woman asked some relatives to catch some mid-sized amphibians for her and didn't tell them what she planned to do with them. She proceeded to swallow 5 live frogs one day, and then the following day she took another 3 because her back pain was still prevalent. It wasn't long before she had excruciating stomach pain. So what happens was the frogs, when she ate them, they exploded in her stomach or whatever they do when you digest them. And it had parasites in there, and it introduced a brand new parasite to this woman's intestines, and it almost killed her.
Well, I guess if your stomach hurts so much, it takes away from your back pain, right?
I'm sure she wasn't feeling a lot of anything by the time she got to the
frogs
hospital.
Exploding in your intestines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, do you think she just swallowed them whole?
They said they were mid-size. I would think that they'd have to be, bigger than swallowing. She'd have to cut them up or something. But she ate them. It said live.
That is the craziest shit ever.
I've heard your grandma, bless her soul, used to just be into home remedies. So I've heard a lot.
You have to remember though, she grew up, didn't she grow up in the Depression? So all she had were these remedies?
Right. But that being said, I've never heard of swallowing frogs. I've heard of a lot of stuff like essential oils, candles, all sorts of weird stuff. But this took the cake for me.
That gives butterflies in the tummy a whole new meaning.
Can you imagine how bad your stomach would hurt? Ugh.
If she swallowed them alive, do you think she felt them jump? Because I always thought
that
when Jackass first came out and Steve-O swallowed the goldfish and then threw it up and it was still alive, I always wondered if he could feel the goldfish swimming in his tummy. So my first thought is, can you feel the frog hopping?
I doubt it. I hope not, because that really freaked me out, Dakota. That would be horrifying.
Wild. I want to look up and see where this myth came from. Who decided this?
That swallowing frogs was a good idea. Let's see.
Yeah.
Frogs for medicinal purposes.
So we have this E-grate window in our basement, and frogs, they're not frogs, they're toads, get stuck in them sometimes. And I won't even touch the toads without gloves on. I will be fully gloved up before I pick up the frogs to save them so they don't die in our windowsill and make everything stink. I can't imagine just swallowing one.
I know. I just asked Google about it, and all it did is bring up the lady who ate the 8 frogs because of a folklore. She was an 82-year-old woman.
Damn. Did she live?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Did they end up giving her any painkillers for her back?
Yeah, her back didn't hurt anymore, Dakota. Yeah, it's craziness.
I think that takes the cake over the Coke wig. And I didn't think
I've
anything
heard
could
it
get
all now.
crazier than the Coke wig. Right? Right?
No, Coke wig was pretty impressive. You got it. You got me there.
And what really impressed me is that it wasn't the first time.
That, and she ate 5 of them and then waited a day, and it was like, it must not have worked, and ate 3 more. Like she doubled down. You double down on that.
She's the person you want on your team when you're playing poker. Just double down.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You want her on your team for Survivor more than anything, because they eat that kind of stuff.
For real though.
82
I
woman.
always thought I would. Yeah, I always thought I would do good at Survivor, especially when they're eating those crazy things. Because I want to try everything at least twice to know if I like it. You know.
I don't know. The one. It makes me very nauseous. But one guy a couple seasons ago ate a fish eyeball that was like this. It was like as big as your fist, Dakota, and
Whoa.
he just was like, and it just it squirted juices everywhere, and it was like, oh. And he was like, it's protein. What do you want? I'm like, no. Hard pass.
I stopped watching
Hard
Survivor
pass.
when I moved out of your guys' house. I'm glad that you guys still like watch it almost like religiously. You guys haven't missed a single season, have you?
Never. Nope. No. And it first came out when we lived in the apartment, when you were a baby. And we would record Survivor on our VHS tapes, which you probably don't even know what a VHS tape is.
Mama, I know what a VHS tape is.
Oh, you know why you know that?
Be kind, rewind.
Because you watched the Spice Girls movie on VHS tape about 9,000 times. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with some human touch. Ooh, ooh. All day long.
You were
All day
so
long.
sick of the Spice Girls. That's why the second VHS tape broke, is because you destroyed it.
Probably. I probably drop kicked it. Yeah. It was bad, Dakota. Then
I love that movie. And the aliens in there, they're
and
like...
And then Justin's movie was the Anything SpongeBob.
Yeah, the SpongeBob movie with David Hasselhoff. Ugh.
Yeah.
He
so
loved
gross.
that shit.
Oh my gosh, couldn't
goofy
get
goober.
enough of that. Goofy goober. Oh, so funny.
All right. So, I came across this, and I like... It's upsetting because it involves child abuse. But a GOP lawmaker with Joe Biden in 69 screen name has pled guilty to sharing child sex abuse videos. In South Carolina, a Republican member of the House used the screen name Joe Biden with 4N69, agreed Friday to plead guilty to disturbing sexual abuse material involving children. RJ May signed court papers to change his plea a few days after a hearing where prosecutors let out how they would present their evidence in May's trial next month. May, who does not have a law degree, is acting as his own attorney.
People who
What?
act as their own attorney are numbskulls.
It takes a certain kind of dum-dum. The Republican who resigned earlier this year is accused of using Joe Biden and 69 to exchange 222 different files of toddlers and young children involved in sex acts on a Kick social media network for about 5 days in the spring of 2024.
Maybe we should feed him 8 live frogs.
Oh, and then pack it full of gummy bears. So we'll just pack the frogs full of gummy bears, and that's what he eats. Absolutely. 120 different files in 5 days?
Ugh, that's disgusting. It's disgusting.
That's at least 44 videos a day. And at no point in those 5 days was he's like, I don't think this is okay. It would take like half a second of seeing a video to go, that's not cool. We shouldn't fucking do that.
You would think that people, adults, would have the maturity to click off of that.
He's pled guilty to 5 counts and faces 5 to 20 years in prison on each charge. So he's going to jail for life.
Yeah, he going down to river forever.
Those are the kind of people we need to send to Alligator Alcatraz. Just saying.
Just saying, if there's anybody that needs Alligator Alcatraz, it's somebody like that.
And the judge has refused bond following his arrest.
Of course. He doesn't deserve to be
acting
out.
as his own attorney.
Well, he probably, if he worked, is he a senator or something, then he probably was already a lawyer.
He's just as GOP lawmaker. Don't you have to have some kind of law degree to be a lawmaker?
I think you do. Uh-huh.
But it says he doesn't have any law degree.
Well, he has to know something about the law then. He's not he's not your regular goofball trying to defend himself.
He's tried to travel to Colombia 3 times, and in those times, prosecutors have found different videos on his laptop of him allegedly having sex with 3 women. Homeland Security agent testified that the women appeared to be underage and were paid. U.S. agents have not been able to locate the women.
Ugh. He deserves to get the chair. I just think people people who possess anything like that just need some definite work done.
His biggest search online was bad preteens. Oh, that just makes my... Ugh.
It just leaves me going black.
Ugh. I got the ick. Fuck. God, that's
People
gross.
are messed up. People are messed up.
Let me take it on a lighter note. What do you do with your fingernails after you're done clipping them?
Throw them in the garbage.
In the garbage.
Burn them.
People in China are... What did you say? Burning them? No, these people in China are selling their fingernail clippings online.
Ew. Wait, how much are they getting for it? I'm broke.
Apparently, they're doing it for traditional medicine ingredients in China. I wonder if it helps with back pain.
It's probably better for you than the frog.
That was the truest laugh I've ever heard out of you before.
Yeah,
that was good.
It was like we came full circle on the whole article for the night.
According to Chinese traditional medicine, they are valuable ingredients in treating conditions like abdominal detention in children and tonsillitis.
What?
They collect the fingernail clippings from anywhere from online schools and villages, which they then wash thoroughly before drying and grinding them into a fine powder and mixing them into various medicine products.
So they clean it properly before they want you to swallow it? What the
At least they clean it, Mom.
It's not like they're washing the DNA off of it. It's still DNA. You're still like DNA is forever.
Are you really upset that they took the time to...
DNA is forever.
like I would rather stick washed hands in my mouth than non-washed hands, wouldn't you?
No, I don't know. Either way, it's nasty as hell.
A grown adult can grow up to 100 grams of fingernails per year on average.
All right, and how much is it worth?
I'm trying to find it. $21 a kilogram.
I can sell your dad's toenails.
Before you even think about it, no, you cannot sell your toenails. Fingernails, processor make it very clear that they will check their stock very carefully, and toenails are not accepted. What? What is the difference between toenails and fingernails? It doesn't say anything. What?
We're going to need
making this medicine since 1960.
Further research. That is bizarre. Isn't that bizarre?
It is pretty bizarre. How bizarre?
Yeah. Hacksaw.
Can you imagine being the guy that has to, like, dig through all of those clippings to find the toenails? And how do you know the difference between a toenail and a fingernail?
Well, I don't know, but, that must be a job increase because it's like you're just a regular fingernail clippings person. I am able to know whether or not it's a toenail. So I get paid more. I can see it now. It's just...
That's like the videos of, like, the people that are, they paint, like, the tops of the dildos pink, and they just have, like, the straightest face while they're painting the dildos. Because they've seen a dick 100,000 times, Like, I bet you they just have the same face while they're picking through toenails. Like, I would think, like, my first day, I'd be like, oh, God. Or, like, if I was painting dicks, I'd probably giggle a little bit. In fact, I know I would fucking giggle a lot of it.
Just sit there. I once knew of a person who was, they called them the butt pluggers. And what they did was, just wait for it. It's about chickens. So chickens, when you go to kill them, what happens is you put them in a room and you turn down the lights real low so they're calm and they're all standing there. And then they flip a switch and it electrifies the floor and it kills them.
Okay.
So they just drop dead. So then the people go in after they turn the floor off. The people go in and hook the chickens, and they put them up on hooks and send them to the next station. And so every station does something. And one guy, I'm not kidding, this is a truth, is the butt plucker. He just has to stick his finger in the butt to make sure that everything is out. Your face. Oh, your face. Yeah. So that's a job. And like you have to, you can't just get hired into that position. You have to know how to do it correctly. And I'm like, I just found that really, really fascinating. Yeah. But they go down one thing and like pluck the chicken, like the one person who plucks all the chicken, and then another person like sticks its finger in its holes and makes sure, and it goes to the next one. Yeah, next time you eat chicken, be happy that you are not a chicken wrangler, nor are you a chicken plucker of any kind.
What did you call it? What is their job title? The butt plugger?
The butt, something like that. Let me see, chicken butts.
Like, the job itself makes sense, but I never fucking thought about it. Never once did that come into my head as something that needed to be done with chickens. But it makes complete sense.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do chicken butts. I'm not gonna query that in my Google, because that'll tip off my algorithm, and then everything goes bad from there.
Scaredy cat.
You're right. I am.
I don't even know how to end this episode. This is wild.
I think that pretty much. I think the chicken butts is a good place to stop. What do you say?
Yeah, close this out. Please make it stop.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget to drink your water and talk to your therapist. Bye.
Bye-bye. Chicken butt pluggers. Look at the shitter on that critter.
That's a little odd, Dakota.